almost heaven. West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains.
Hi, Grammars.
What are you doing here?
Your grandma tells me her grandson's some fancy environment lawyer down in Cincinnati.
I am a corporate defense attorney.
So?
I defend chemical companies.
Well, now you can defend me.
This film has been out in the United States for about 3 months already. It's been out for 3 months. I think it came out in November, so 3 months roughly. So I wasn't really sure I wanted to review this film, to be honest. But after seeing the film, I felt that it's definitely worth mentioning. It's definitely worth a watch, especially if you have an interest in conspiracies and if you kind of believe that our government, our system is corrupt. So Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk, he plays this defense lawyer who decides to take on this chemical company who have been basically poisoning the population of this town, which, you know, could ultimately be the United States as well, or even the world. So the film kind of starts in the world of these upper class lawyers and these large corporations. It puts you into their world where their lives are about status, they're about profit. I think this was a really important aspect to have in this film because it just showed what those up there are like, basically. So this is also the world that Mark Ruffalo's character is in at that point in his life. So eventually Mark Ruffalo's character, he finds out about this chemical plant that are actually poisoning this town and possibly the whole nation. And this is where his character goes on this arc where he's just battling this upper class system and possibly the entire United States government as well. It's a really interesting story, and this true story, it began in the 1990s, and the guy the character is based on, he's still fighting these battles today. So it's still ongoing. This is still an ongoing true story. I saw a similar topic pop up like this in Michael Moore's recent documentary. I think that was Fahrenheit 11/9, I think it was, yeah. That was the sequel to Fahrenheit. Yeah, I'm sure it's Fahrenheit 11/9. I've got the numbers right, I'm sure I have. But I saw that kind of pop up in that film when he went back to his hometown in Michigan, where there was a plant there also poisoning the water system in that place. So I was aware this sort of thing was happening, but you know, this really gives you an insight of what it's actually like nationwide and worldwide. This film, Dark Waters, is a bit of a slow burner, but it's, you know, every scene and every part of this film was really crucial to the story. I also like that Tim Robbins had a small part in this film because he's a renowned activist. So it does make you wonder, he might have just come on board because he might have felt really strongly about this topic. I've always been really cynical about the government and the system. I have been. I've never really hid that from anyone. I feel there's so much we don't know about, and I always like to question everything, basically. And I think this film, one of the things I believed that was happening, it kind of confirms it. And the fact one guy has spent like so many years of his life trying to fight this battle, it's quite admirable. And I think it just makes people like myself, like, we don't feel like we're being criticised for having crazy thoughts or anything like that. You know, we don't know what goes into our water. We have no idea what goes into our water. We just turn on the tap and drink it. We just don't know. And to see in a film like this, I hope a lot of people watch it because I hope it just gets a message across to people that this stuff is happening. And I hope it also triggers you to start questioning more things that kind of don't make sense in this world. I don't want to say too much about this film because if you do see this film, it's going to ruin it, but I just feel this film gives a really strong message. And it's worth seeing because the chemical that is poisoning the population, it's apparently in the bodies of every living creature on this planet, including you. Even as you sit there watching this, you have this chemical called C8 inside your body, and it can come from something as simple as water. And I'll leave you with that thought. Oh, what am I doing?
He was willing to risk his job, his family, for a stranger who needed his help.
The system is rigged. They want us to think it'll protect us. We protect us. We do.